adjective "い" is a very commonly used word, but many Japanese learners, they use it in wrong way. For example, some people gave me comments like, 要先生の動画はいいです. That sounds very weird in Japanese. When you just say いいです, it sounds like you're getting some pleasure from something. It has a bit of sexual connotation. So when you just say 要先生の動画はいいです, it sounds like I'm a porn producer. Kaname's video is so good. In the same way, for example, if you want to say Tanaka is a nice person, and you say 田中さんはすごくいいです. It sounds like you're talking about sex. Tanaka is really good at sex. Tanaka is really good. So it is weird to say like that. Only 3 situations that you just use いいです to make comment. The first I just told you, when you get some good feeling from something. The second situation you can just use いいです to make comment about something is when you make comment about something that is very nice to use. Very useful, very comfortable to use. If I want to talk about chair, this chair is very nice to sit. I can say, この椅子すごくいい. If I find a frying pan is very nice to use, this frying pan is good. I can say, このフライパンすごくいいですね. If I drive a car and find it very nice to drive, I can say, この車すごくいいですね. So the second situation you can use いい to make comment about something is when you find something is so good, so nice to use. By the way, all the examples I mentioned above, I used adverb すごく. That is because adverb すごく often comes with いい. すごくいい, すごくいい. People often say that. Just saying いい sounds a bit unnatural. If I say この椅子いいです. Well, it is okay to say like that, but it sounds a bit weird. Sounds like something is lacking. So people usually use いい with some adverb. The third situation people often use いいです to make comment is when they make comment about something that look good on someone. そのスカートすごくいいです。その口紅の色すごくいいです。この帽子どう？すごくいいよ。So those 3 situations are when people just use いいです to make comment about something. By the way, いいです also can be used as no thanks or okay. But that is different story. The いいです I'm talking now is when you use いいです as good. So what if you want to say Kaname's video is good? How can you say that in Japanese? Well, one way of doing that is use different adjective, like 要先生の動画は素晴らしいです. But there are 2 other ways you can use いいです here. One way is you use いい as modifier. You can just say すごくいい動画です to say your video is a really good video. For example, if you want to say this wine is good, saying このワインはいいです sounds very weird. But instead of saying このワインはいいです, you can say これはいいワインです. いい modifies noun wine, and that sounds very natural. If you want to sound more natural, then you should learn when to use ending particle like よ or ね. You use よ when you want to tell someone about something. So when you think this person doesn't know about this wine, then you can say これはいいワインですよ to say about this wine. I'm telling that this wine is good to this person. But for example, if you are expert of wine and I think you already know what this wine tastes like, in this case you wouldn't use particle よ. Instead, you would use particle ね. Particle ね is used when you say something that the person you are talking to already know. And if you're a wine expert, and I suppose you already know what this wine tastes like, in this situation, I would say, これはいいワインですね. If you want to say, 要先生 is a very good person, if you are talking to someone who doesn't know that I'm a good person, then you will say, 要先生はいい人ですよ to tell someone. You can also say that when you talk to someone who disagree with you, who thinks I'm an asshole. You think 要先生 is an asshole? No, he's a really good person. When you tell someone about something that they disagree with you, you can also use よ to tell them. 要先生はいい人ですよ。If you're talking to someone who knows that I'm a good person, you can use particle ね。要先生はいい人ですね。ね has a feeling that I'm agreeing with you. I'm on the same page with you. So when you go to eat ramen with someone and eat ramen together, so the person you are talking to is also eating ramen at the same time with you. So we are eating the same ramen. So in this situation, you want to say, oh, this ramen is good, isn't it? You can say ね。このラーメン美味しいですね。If I say このラーメン美味しいですよ, I'm saying it as if this person doesn't know what this ramen tastes like. If this person just watches me eating, this person doesn't eat this ramen. So this person doesn't know the taste. In this situation, I will say よ to tell him このラーメン美味しいですよ to tell him about the taste. When people are talking about weather, people often use ね like 今日はいい天気ですね. That is because weather is something that everyone can perceive. So I suppose this person also knows that it is good weather today. So people often say 今日はいい天気ですね. But when you're calling someone who is in a different city, then that person doesn't know what is the weather like at my place. In this situation, you would say 今日はいい天気ですよ to tell him what's the weather like here. ねえ、そっちの天気どう？今日すごくいい天気だよ。Anyway, let's go back to the main topic here. So, one way of using いい is use it as modifier. 京都ってすごくいい街だね。ねえ、新しい会社どう？すごくいい会社だよ。The other way of using いい is use it with 何々が to be more specific. Just saying このワインはいいです sounds very weird, but you can say このワインは質がいいです。このワインは香りがいいです。このワインは色がいいです。このワインは味がいいです。You can say like that to be more specific. When you want to say something is also good, then you can replace が with も。このワインは質もいいです。このワインは色もいいです。You can also use も when you list multiple good quality about the wine. このワインは味も香りも色もいいです。As I already mentioned, just saying 田中さんはいいです sounds weird. You can say 田中さんはいい人です。But the other way you can also say 田中 is good is adding 何々が。田中さんは性格がいいです。田中さんは声がいいです。田中さんは運動神経がいいです。田中さんは頭がいいです。この車はいいです。Sounds weird, but you can say この車は性能がいいです。この車は状態がいいです。この車は見た目がいいです。So the two ways people often use い is when they use it as a modifier or use it with 何々が。You can also say いいよ、いいですよ when you recommend something to someone. I recommend this wine to you. このワインすごくいいですよ。このスピーカー音もいいし持ち運びがしやすいしすごくいいですよ。When you want to someone to recommend you something, you can ask a question by saying いいですか? For example, 来月日本に旅行に行きたいんですけど、どこがいいですか? 北海道すごくいいですよ。You can also use word おすすめ when you want someone to recommend you something. 日本語アニメを見ながら勉強したいんですが、おすすめはありますか？ちびまる子ちゃんいいですよ。今週末札幌に行くんだけど、どこかいい居酒屋知らない？居酒屋かなめ、あそこすごくいいよ。い also can be used when you want to say no thanks, I don't need it. In convenience store when you are buying something to eat. 袋はいりますか？いいです。お弁当は温めますか？いいです。お箸をお付けいたしますか？いいです。おしぼりをお付けいたしますか？いいです。レシートはいりますか？いいです。いいです also can be used as okay. ごめん、ちょっと買い物行ってきて。いいよ。ママ、このチョコ買っていい？いいよ。ねえ、ちょっとお金貸して。いいよ。 今週末遊園地に行こう。いいよ。すいません。トイレ借りてもいいですか？いいですよ。So this is basically how you use the adjective いいです。There are other usages that I haven't explained to you. But this word is so vague and broad, I cannot explain all of the usages in one video. There are also some other idiomatic expressions using いい. Like when you want to ask someone, are you busy right now? Can I talk to you right now? People would say, ちょっといいですか? To ask someone, are you busy right now? Can I talk to you now? 皆さん、ちょっといいですか？実は、Patreon を始めました。これから Patreon では、パトロン限定の記事などを載せていくつもりです。まだ始めたばっかりでコンテンツはあんまりありませんが、もし可能であればサポートよろしくお願いします。あと、もうすでにサポートされている方、本当にありがとうございます。これから新しい記事やコンテンツを作っていくので、これからもサポートのほどよろしくお願いします。最後に皆さんに会話例を2つ紹介します。ああ、誰かいい人いないかな。ルックスも性格も良くて収入も高い人。あ、そういえば最近私仕事ですごくいい人と知り合ったよ。本当？どんな人？その人独身？うん、独身だよ。スタイルもいいし、頭もいいし、性格もいいし、ほんとすごくいい男だよ。そんないい人本当にいるの？本当だって。どう？会ってみる？いいよ、紹介して。ねえ、電動ドライバー持ってる？いや、俺普通のドライバーしかない。ねえ、このドライバーすごくいいよ。電動だからネジとかすごく早く締めれるし。へえ、いいね、これ。でもネジ緩めるときは？これ前に押すと締めることができて、後ろに戻すと緩めることができるよ。本当だ、すごく便利。しかもこれライトつくんだね。これ電動ドリルと違って小さいから持ち運びが便利だし、俺2つあるからさ、1つあげるか？本当に？いいの？やったー。うわー、これすごくいいね。本当に使いやすい。ありがとう。